shift gears here just a little bit. Childhood obesity is one of the hottest topics in the country right now, thanks in part to a new initiative by the First Lady Michelle Obama. Combating it is also a priority for folks here in the Valley, including Najla Kaim from CrossFit Scottsdale with some information about how to keep our kids motivated. Good to see you.
Thank you for having us today.
Keeping kids motivated isn't necessarily that tough, but keeping them motivated about things that are more structured and good for them with healthy eating and, you know, kind of structured exercise, that's an entirely different story.
Absolutely, and we do that all with our CrossFit Kids program. At CrossFit Scottsdale, we've got a kids program for ages 3 to 12. And our CrossFit Kids do all functional movements, so it's very similar to what we do in our CrossFit classes. So all of our basic fundamentals are things like jumping and squatting and jump roping, which we're going to do a little bit of demonstration today with our kids.
Okay, so are all of these are your kids?
Yeah, well, not mine personally, but they're all in our classes.
I was like, whoa, I didn't know you had 4. The little one's yours, right?
Yes, the little one's mine. He's Cannon. His name's Cannon. He's 3 years old. He's our youngest CrossFit kid, and they do all kinds of functional movements in CrossFit, like squatting and running and jumping and sitting and pushing and pressing and pulling.
So what are the different ages of these kids, and what would be age appropriate for you know, trying to get our kids moving and in more structured exercise routines?
Like I mentioned, 3 to 12 is our kids classes. We've got 3 classes a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And our workouts don't change really. Basically what we do is we scale the load and intensity for the children. What we do with our CrossFit Kids program is we teach fundamentals of nutrition along with basic exercise principles so that they can grow to become healthier adults.
And so what is the difference when we do this with our little ones compared to, say, what you would have me do?
There's very little difference. The movements that you're doing are very basic and very similar. We do a lot of no equipment necessary workouts with the children. But with you, we would add some load and add some intensity to it. But you can see the kids are going to be working out pretty intensely for between 3 to 10 minutes in every CrossFit Kids session.
I would imagine, too, with having the kids all together, that in itself is motivating because it's a social thing for them.
Absolutely, and it actually creates a lot of teamwork. It teaches camaraderie. It teaches them to work with others and not just think about themselves. We do lots of team workouts and lots of different initiatives where we have them partner with each other and have their success build upon each other's successes. We also end every single CrossFit Kids workout with a game like dodgeball or duck, duck, goose,
so
or something to keep them active.
Something that's going to, you know, they're going to have the structure, but then they're also going to have a little bit of the fun, so the kids can be kids.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the most important parts. We've also partnered with the Lung Cancer Research Foundation to bring to them a stretching before their Strides for Life event, which will be held on April 11th.
Stretching before their strides, is that what you said?
Yeah, their Strides for Life event that'll be held on April 11th at Tempe Park. And if people are interested in learning more and participating in that fun run and 50-yard dash, they can go to lungfund.org.
You mentioned, too, at the onset of this that there's a nutritional component to this, and that is part of the First Lady's big push for parents across America. What is your best advice when you see these kids come in? Obviously, they've got parents that are somewhat motivated already to, you know, implement exercise and nutrition, but what would your advice be for most parents?
It absolutely starts with the parents, so the parents have to set a good example and create some healthy eating habits in the house. But we basically teach nutrition for kids, which is protein is good, sugar is bad, have protein with every meal, colorful plates, fistfuls of vegetables and fruits. We basically want them eating whole, healthy foods throughout the day to keep them energized.
And you got your little tiny tiger over there, the lion or whatever. He's gone through a couple different animals, I think. There was a tiger in there at one point. There we are. Are you swiping me? No. So how do you get the littler ones to really kind of embrace this idea? Because they might see their friends eating, you know, the processed foods.
You just have to be prepared. When you're prepared, you're successful. And so what we do is we prepare, you know, our meals and our snacks, and when we go out, we bring things with us so that we don't have to resort to eating junk.
Okay. Any last bits of advice, you know, so that parents can really kind of keep tabs on the development, and if they're right on track, you know, could they be working out and exercise and still be missing the mark?
They could be. The nutrition is a basic foundation for this. You're not going to change your body composition with just exercise alone, so the nutritional component is very strong, and it's a big element of what we teach. We are actually going to be starting a paleo challenge in April, where we're challenging our adult students and children's students to eat a paleo lifestyle, which is really all about eating whole foods, meat, chicken, fish, vegetables, seeds, nuts, and fruits, things that God created rather than man, basically.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the route that we're taking with the children, and just teaching them healthy habits from the onset.
Okay, and a couple times a week is good enough?
Yeah, we do. We have our classes 3 times a week, and we usually recommend that the kids come twice a week. A lot of these kids are also in other activities, and it's really helped them progress in their sports. So I know Savannah also plays softball. Lauren also does cheer. David also does football, and CrossFit Kids has actually enhanced their athletic ability and helped them become better athletes.
I can see that. Thank you so much. We certainly appreciate it. You guys did a great job. Do a little go team right there.
CrossFit Kids!
CrossFit Kids. You can find CrossFit Kids and CrossFit for Adults in Scottsdale at 14885 North 83rd Place. Or give them a call, why don't you? It's at 480-922-3253. That was a lot tougher than it should have been. 480-922-3253. And there's more information on our website at abc15.com as well.